the council doesn't effectively help with waste removal. They also rely on energy to power their cookers, and you notice quite a few people have got their television sets. But when it comes to winters, it gets extremely cold here, so they rely on firewood, and by destroying all the potential firewood in the area, it puts an extra pressure on some of the other plants in the area.
In a very short time, it's just like putting too many cattle into a very small paddock very suddenly, and they're just going to annihilate it. There won't be a single thing left.
Yeah, well, I think a good example of that, a local example, is the baboons.
Yeah.
Is that there are very few left here. We've only got 10 troops remaining on the peninsula, but even the baboons struggle to survive with what's here. So they've kind of adapted their lifestyle to raiding houses now. You'll see now so this is a lovely example of an absolute climax version of fynbos. What you see is all the leucadendrons. The proteas are the most dominant of the group of plants. This is an example of a leucadendron, male and female. They've got separate plants, male and female, whereas other proteas are all male and female on the same plant. Okay, let's stop for a while. This is an area that hasn't burnt for probably about 20 years, and this is like in this area, this would be the climax fynbos situation. Down here in the southwestern Cape, we have the most diverse vegetation type in all the world. It's incredibly rich in biodiversity. An area like this is just one example of the beauty that this vegetation type is comprised of. Probably factors that influence this biodiversity and this extreme wealth of flowers is the fact that for quite a bit of the world's existence, and during the times of the ice ages, this place was relatively ice-free. So in other parts of the world that were locked up in ice, other plants were not able to actually grow and evolve, whereas the Cape was ice-free for longer periods, and they had that edge to develop and basically colonize all this new ground. The Cape itself, this part has been around 120 million years, kind of as a result of the split of Gondwanaland and all the mountains that got raised out of, as it's some of the fish up on the tropical areas, and within this bay we've got quite a number of fish that are endemic only to this area, mainly amongst what we refer to them as the little sand sharks, the smaller reef sharks. False Bay is unfortunately quite protected. They don't allow any trawling in the bay here, and the type of fishermen that operate in the area are mainly the traditional fishermen from Cork Bay, who are line fishermen, and a couple of sports anglers. But there are still, in the bay, there are a number of areas which are regarded as breeding sites for carp